So I'm back again with another video about Bol Bol. And for those of you who don't follow my channel, Bol Bol is one of my favorite players in the NBA, and it's basically becoming a monthly thing on the channel for me to make a video about him. Before the season started, I made a video on a bunch of reasons why I think he could have won Rookie of the Year this year. I've also since then uploaded 2 videos on why he should be getting playing time right now, and I also uploaded one before the trade deadline of 8 possible trades for him this season. And the trade hasn't happened, and he still hasn't gotten any consistent playing time this season. And as a big fan of Bol Bol, it absolutely kills me to see that he's not getting any playing time this year. But today I've got a bit of a different video idea. I'm going to be discussing a conspiracy theory of why I think that Bol Bol is not getting playing time right now, and I have some examples and some reasons to back it up. So let's get started. Before we start, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. I mentioned last video that I'm definitely trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel by the end of the summer, so subscribe to help me reach that goal, especially if you like Bol Bol, since I'll be still posting basically monthly videos about him. So now let's get started with the video. So before I actually explain what my theory is, we definitely need some backstory here so you guys can see how my theory might actually make sense here. So when we look at a guy like Bol Bol, we all know that he's one of the fan favorites in the NBA, and it's not just because of how he's 7'2" and his name is literally Bol Bol, but it's because of his extremely unique playstyle, how he's the son of 7'7", tallest player in the NBA, Manute Bol, who played back in the day in the 90s, and we know that Manute really couldn't do anything on the basketball court with actual basketball talent. He was just there because of his extremely ridiculous height, and he was basically just there to protect the rim and block shots. And he actually goes down as the only player in NBA history to average more blocks per game in his career than points. So he actually didn't have really any basketball talent, but his son Bol Bol bought into basketball at a very young age and has developed into an incredible player. He's not only 7'2", but if you watch Bol Bol, you know his skill set is just simply different, and he's incredible at shooting threes. And from everything that we've seen from him so far, even dating back to his days in the AAU, in college, and from what we've seen in him in the NBA so far, he's a lethal 3-point shooter who can shoot anywhere from 40 to 50% from 3, and as I mentioned, he does this as a 7'2" player. I'm also very impressed with his post game, how he can handle the ball, which a lot of guys his height cannot even come close to doing. He's also a pretty good playmaker, and he's just like his dad, a very good rim protector, and if he gets the right development, he can develop into a really good defender. So you're wondering why this dude doesn't get playing time, and that's what I'm going to get into a little bit later in the video. But going into some backstory of what he's done so far in his basketball career, he's had a lot of history with injuries, and it makes sense because he is very, very skinny, and he does need to bulk up a little bit and get a little bit more weight on him before he can get really consistent minutes and try to pursue an NBA career. But when we look back at his days in AAU, he was injury prone there, didn't get into any serious injuries, but when we look at his days in college with Oregon, he only played 9 games there after having to miss the rest of the season because of a foot injury. He then missed the entire 2019 and 20 season outside of the NBA bubble because of this injury, and dropped all the way to 44th overall in the NBA draft because of this. And this foot injury here definitely plays into my conspiracy theory coming up. Now when we look at what he did in the bubble, this is where I'm a little bit confused, because he actually did play really good minutes here, especially in the scrimmage games, and he played extremely well and showed what he can do on this court with his versatility and his unicorn type of skill set. Now going into this season in 2021, we thought as Bol Bol fans that this is when he was going to be unleashed, get consistent minutes in the NBA, but it's been the complete opposite. So this is where my conspiracy theory comes into play. And my theory is that the Nuggets are still being cautious about this injury that Bol Bol had, and specifically that foot injury that he suffered back in college. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Bol Bol's actually injured right now, or if he is injured right now, it's a very minor injury that could potentially turn into a serious injury like it did in Oregon with his foot injury, and it actually could probably be the same injury there that the Nuggets are being cautious about right now, theoretically. And the main reason I think this is because of just how weird it seems that Bol Bol is not playing right now. And it's especially weird because in the small stints of time that he does play, which by the way is why I think it's actually not a serious injury now. If it was, he wouldn't be playing at all, but in the small stints that he does play, he plays incredible. And I look at a few days ago when he played against the Atlanta Hawks, literally went 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3 on a pull-up off the dribble, and a step back, looking like James Harden out there, 7-2. And for the last few times that Bol Bol has gotten very few minutes, he showed that he should legitimately be getting minutes right now. It just seems fishy that he comes out here and shows his entire skill set and how he has the potential to develop into something great, and the Nuggets still don't give him minutes. And not only are they not giving him minutes, but they're playing guys like Facu Campazzo, Vlatko Cancar, Zeke Nnaji, Marcus Howard, and even Isaiah Hartenstein when he was there. They're giving these guys minutes over Bol Bol. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem logical because of what Bol Bol is showing, what he could do on the court, and what he could do in the future of his NBA career. Now, let's say that I'm wrong about this and all the players I just listed off are players that the Nuggets legitimately think are better than Bol Bol, which by the way, I think is completely ridiculous and I don't think it's true. Even if that was true, by this time, the Nuggets would have sent Bol Bol down to the G League so he can get serious minutes and continue to develop. But I think the main reason they haven't done that is because they're being cautious about this injury, and even if it's in the G League, they don't want Bol Bol getting consistent minutes at all because they don't want to re-aggravate this injury. Now, let's compare this situation to a situation that the Nuggets have actually been in very recently with another young player, and that's Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. went through a similar situation last season where he was coming off dropping a little bit in the NBA draft, missing his entire rookie season because of an injury he suffered in college, and then was very slowly eased back into NBA minutes. And the difference here is that Michael Porter Jr. actually did get consistent minutes. He got around 15 to 20 minutes per game and consistently played in each and every game that he was available for. And that's the only difference here between him and Bol Bol. So even if this conspiracy theory is true about Bol, I do think that he should be still getting about 10 minutes per game just to give him a taste of what the NBA is like, because we all know that the best development of young players is getting them actual NBA minutes and getting them into actual NBA games to expose them to it. Now, it does make a little bit of sense that the Nuggets wouldn't be playing Bol at all just because he's a little bit more injury prone, and we know that he's very skinny and probably needs to bulk up before they're confident with putting him in NBA games. But I'm just saying that this situation is pretty similar to Michael Porter Jr.'s, and the Nuggets should try to handle it, if it is true, a lot similar to this situation with MPJ, because look at what he's turned into this year. He's getting consistent minutes, he's starting for the Denver Nuggets consistently, and is averaging around 18 points per game and is turning into one of the better scorers in the entire NBA. So I think Bol Bol should kind of have a similar situation like this if the Nuggets are being cautious about an injury. So pretty much the only part of my theory here that really doesn't make sense is something I mentioned earlier on in the video, and it's how when in the NBA bubble, Bol Bol did get really consistent minutes and consistent playing time. So if the Nuggets weren't being cautious about his prior foot injury there, then why are they being cautious about it this season? And it doesn't really make sense. My only explanation could be that in the offseason this year, he re-aggravated it just a little bit, but not enough to the point where the Nuggets would come out and say that he's going to miss the entire season, and not enough to actually have him out consistently. Just enough where it's kind of a Michael Porter Jr. situation and they're just being really cautious about it and only playing him at the end of blowout games. So that's definitely another possibility here, and one that makes a little bit more logical sense, where he was injured all the way up until when it was really go time for him in 2020 with the NBA bubble, and then just re-aggravated it a little bit, and the Nuggets want to be cautious about it for this season. So there you have it. That is my conspiracy about Bol Bol's situation right now. I really do hope this is true, because if it is, it means that next season he's probably going to start getting really consistent minutes, and if he can stay healthy, we can start to see the start of Bol Bol's actual NBA career. Basically, to sum it up, my main points here are if Bol Bol is not injured right now, or they're not being cautious about his prior foot injury, then he would be playing over some of the other Nuggets players that are playing at the back end of the rotation right now, or he would have been sent down to the G League so he can get more minutes and develop a little bit better. Since neither of these situations have happened, it leads me to believe that I'm right here. Definitely be sure to comment down below what you think of this conspiracy theory, if you think it's true or not, and when you think we're gonna see Bol Bol gets consistent playing time that he deserves. Thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and check out the other videos I've made about Bol Bol on this channel. I'll put them at the end screen here, and I'll also link the playlist to them down below in the description, and I'll see you all next video.